everybody, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I told you guys in a previous video that I had completed. I'm still going on with it. What am I saying? A year ago, a little less than a year ago, I started a series with my family. We started watching, my dad actually found it, a series on Netflix called, oh my goodness, what is it called? Don't you hate when it just leaves your head? And Blue Zones, that's what it's called. It's called Blue Zones. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's all about these different places in the world where people are living the longest. And it's so cool. It's so cool to see these different places. And one was some village in Japan, and where these people are living a long time, like into their hundreds. And they go and see why it is people are living this long, and some of the stuff happens to be what they're eating, the nutrients, the fact that they're exercising, that they're walking everywhere, they don't have cars, or they choose to walk or ride their bikes, or that they live on the top of a hill and that every place they have to go is at the bottom of the hill, so they have to walk, they have to exercise, they get really good sleep. So some things you're like, oh yeah, I could see that, I completely understand that. I do the same thing. I understand why that helps. It's healthy for you. But then there are some things that you're like, what? How's that possible? How does that make you live longer? You really need to check it out. If it's still on Netflix, I think it is. So go check out Blue Zones. But one of the things I took from it in the episode where they're in Japan, I wish I could remember where in Japan it was. But one of the things I took from it was a method of how they eat their food called, I'm going to try not to butcher it. My sister's better with Japanese, so she's been trying to teach me. But it's called Hara, hachi. I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry if you're Japanese and I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I tried. I've been practicing. I've tried. But that's the closest I've gotten. But it basically means 80%. Or 80% of your stomach, 80% full. So I started doing this, where I would take my plate. Remember, American portions are bigger, so you can't fill up your plate, which I understand. I love food. I'm a foodie. I love my food. If it tastes really good, I want to keep eating it. But it would get to the point where you stop at the end of your meal. You have no choice to stop because you take that last bite and you're like, oh, that was the last bite. I know it. I'm done. If I have any more, I'll throw up, Or at the end of your meal, your stomach just feels so full and you feel so fat, and you can literally press your stomach and it's like, you're full. And I hated feeling that way. I really hated it. I was like, I don't want to feel that way. So when I watched this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. Why not? Let's try it. So what I did was the next day, I would take my plate, no matter what meal it was, especially dinner. I started with dinner, actually. And my mom is a Southern mom, so she cooks a lot of food. She'll cook for an army. We're a Southern Italian family, so we have a lot of food, mangia, eat. So yeah, that was against me. But I told my family so that they would be supportive of me. I was like, I want to try this. I want to go for 300 days. That's my goal, is 300 days. So I would I would take my plate, and whatever protein or vegetables or starch or whatever's on my plate, I took only one serving. So if it was like, a chicken breast, then I would just take one. Normally I'd take two. I took one. I took one helping of like broccoli and one helping of orzo. And that's all I put on my plate. You're going to see gaps in your plate because their Japanese, their plates, their bowls and stuff, it's not going to look like ours. American plates look different. We are used to filling it up, right? Don't do that. So I got one serving each, and I ate all of it. And I was still a little bit hungry because I'm used to filling my stomach, right? So I had to train myself, and this takes self-discipline, which I pride myself on because I've practiced that since high school. I'm still learning. Don't worry, I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. So then I was still a little bit hungry, so I went back. I didn't get a whole nother portion of anything. I got half a portion of everything. I got half a chicken breast. I got half a serving of broccoli and half a serving of orzo. And I finished that whole plate. I finished that whole plate, and I did not go back for more. I literally felt, I was like, ooh, could I have more? Yes, but it's probably going to hurt my stomach like it always does. I'm actually pleasantly full. So I started doing that for about 14 days. It started to make me sleep better. It was easier for me to wake up. It was easier for me to digest food. It increased my energy. I didn't feel sluggish anymore after a meal. I actually felt like I got the energy from my food. I felt energized, and I was ready to go for everything. And then Valentine's Day came along. After 14 days, Valentine's Day came along, and my mom made this huge feast. And I'll admit, I binged. I knew I would because it's Valentine's Day and there was seafood. Hello. If there's one time I'm gonna binge food, it's gonna be seafood. I'm not letting seafood go to waste. Never. I love me my seafood, especially crab and lobster and shrimp and ooh, just so good. And I ate a lot. It was like a surf and turf thing. And yeah, I felt, I didn't feel sick afterwards. I actually felt a little better. I felt full, like, okay, I shouldn't have eaten that much, but I can bounce back from this. The next day, I went right back to my my routine of the Hara hachi and only ate 80%. And you start to get to a point, I think when I got past, how many days had I gone after that? I think I had gone about 20 days after that. You start to actually notice when you're full. Like I could tell, I was like, actually, I think I'm only at 50%. I could have a bit more, And it feels so good to be able to control that, to recognize that in your body. You end up having more energy. Like I said, you can sleep better. Your skin looks better. Your hair looks better. Ooh, I just realized a crimp in my hair. Sorry. Squirrel. But yeah, if you've never tried this before, I highly recommend it. It is fantastic. It changed my life. I did get to 30. I did get to 300 days just before just before Thanksgiving, which meant I was gonna binge again because the holiday food. That's what happens. But again, I was careful not to overdo it and not ruin my success, my achievement, what I'd done. I was not going to slide back into that. So I am still doing it. I'm continuing to do it because I've never felt so good. I've never felt so healthy before. And I think that's part of the reason that I'm able to fix my morning and sleeping routine is because I'm eating right. You also, of course, have to eat the right type of foods, not just the amount, but the types of foods. Your vegetables, your fruit, your protein, and you have to eat the right amount of each. And drink plenty of water. As long as you're doing that, fantastic. And everyone's body is different. You're gonna take the certain amount that you need. I mean, some people can't have that much protein because of health issues. Some people can't have certain foods because maybe they're allergic to it. It's different for everybody. But you fix it how you can. Sorry, my hair fell out. Here we go. But you fix it to your needs. And I promise you, it makes you feel so, what's the word? So healthy, so energized, and so motivated. So the next time you go for your plate for dinner, again, I would suggest starting with dinner, because your breakfast is supposed to be somewhat small anyway, and then your lunch is supposed to be a little bit bigger. Your dinner's the biggest portion. It should be your biggest portion, your biggest meal. And obviously a little dessert or snack before bed if you need it. I have to eat every few hours. I'm one of those people. So I did recommend this to a friend before I moved, a friend from high school, and she said, I'm absolutely gonna try it. If it's worked for you, I want to try it. And she told me she's tried it out, and she said she likes it. I don't know if she's still doing it. I have to check in with her. I'll have to ask her. But definitely try this one out, the Hara hachi 80% full, and see how it helps you. All right. See you guys at the next video. Remember to like and subscribe. Take care.